So I'm going to read a little bit more on Hecate, part 2, because I don't just leave things hanging. All right, so Hecate. Now she's maiden, mother, and crone, okay, the growth of the soul. She was the goddess of magic and witchcraft and so much more. Her functions extended beyond the realms of the heavens, earth, the seas, and the underworld. This is very key because she has the keys to the gate and she's over in New York. That's a stargate over there, for those of you who don't know. The goddess Hecate is one of the lesser known goddesses of the Greek pantheon because she was actually before the Greek pantheon. Child of Perseus and Astrea, she was the only Titan to retain her control under Zeus's reign. Hecate's power transcended the boundaries of the sky, the earth, and the seas, and the underworld. She's bringing a warning, okay? Although there are a few myths about the goddess Hecate, her tales reveal a lot about her spheres of influence. During the Roman era, okay, many of her attributes fell in the realm of the underworld. See, she's been very much used against her will, manipulated, controlled, right? Yet she also controlled elements that placed her firmly in the light. The goddess possessed extensive powers which later assimilated by other deities. Hecate could bestow wealth and blessings on her worshippers, yet she could also withhold these gifts as if she were adequately worshipped. These articles explore who Hecate was and her attributes and symbols. The origins of her, which is very important because we are dealing with these entities right now. The classic scholars dispute the origins of Hecate's worship in ancient Greece, for many of the goddesses worship as pre-Greek origin, while others it originated Thrace. Among the theories, the most popular that Hecate was accepted into Greek religion from the Carians in Asia Minor, because she's from the stars, okay? We're talking about the stars. According to scholars, it's believed that the goddess came to Greece during Archaea age. The presence of Hecatian worship in Cairo is attested by the number of cults cited dedicated to the goddess. The most prominent of these was Lagina. However, due to the Anatolian cult sites, late dates and classics argue that the Anatolian origin is impossible for the goddess. In the ancient source, Hecate first appears in the Hesiod Theogony in the 7th century BCE. Hesiod only mentions her parentage role in the Genatria where slew Clitus. However, she is conspicuously absent from the Homeric epics. She came before Homer. Okay, so Homer didn't even know how to write about her. Hecate's depiction in the Homeric hymn of Demeter is perhaps the most well-known literary appearance. In the hymn, Hecate, the sun god, Hyperion, hears Persephone's cry when Hades abducts her. After Demeter had searched for her daughter, that's why I was picking up on Demeter. Okay. Searched for her daughter in 9 days. Hecate came to her on the 10th with a torch in her hands. The goddess told Demeter all she had heard but did not know who had taken her daughter. Once Persephone was reunited with Demeter, Hecate embraced the girl. She would become Persephone's companion in the underworld when the girl returned to Hades each year, a standard iconograph reference to the myth of Hecate carrying the torch. Her scope of divine duties was extensive. She was mostly notable the goddess of magic, witchcraft, the night, light, ghosts, necromancy, and the moon. Furthermore, she was the goddess and protector of the Okios and the entrance ways. In her form of the triple goddess, Hecate was strongly associated with the crossroads. She was portrayed as the liminal goddess who can cross from the underworld to the physical world with ease. Her liminality stemmed from her parentage in mythology, where she was able to move between her position as a titan to a goddess. That's interesting. And the depictions of the goddess wearing a long robe, holding a burning torch, that's what they used. All right, you have to understand, you don't have to understand any of it. It's not as simple as, she's evil. It's really not, because she's been used against her will. She's been manipulated. A lot of the divine feminine have, and we are still clearing up and healing these lines. Any of you have overcome trauma or any kind of dark magic, dark spells. She has been held hostage in the catacombs of the Vatican for a very long time. And then she is placed by stone in New York City and used as a Stargate. I feel personally against her will. She has shown me. So she's connected to the Valley of Kings. They need her for the Valley of the Kings. Or maybe the Valley of the Kings, because that's been risen, may be freeing her as well. Because I know that they're freeing a lot of the Divine Feminine. I'm just reading a little bit more on this because the story's always changed. I mean, you can believe she's evil. That's your belief system. It's not mine. I try to stay neutral until I'm shown significantly different. But that's how I look at it. I don't fear all this stuff. I want to know more to educate myself, for me to understand, to bring light to it. Because as a divine feminine here and understanding the levels of magic and abuse being used against your will is a different understanding of a lot of these goddesses like Kali, or what is it? Shiva. I'm sorry, Shiva. She's been used against, she's pinned to a Stargate, which is CERN. She's pinned to it. She's not decided to be there. She's pinned to it. She's trapped there. It's a prison for her, and they're using her against her will. Connected, they're using the Valley of the Kings. They're tapping into this Valley of the Kings. It's significant. So I just did a reading on this, but this is part 2. Because I like to bring in depths of these deities for a reason. They're going into the underworld. She's the only one that can transform from goddess to titan, from titan to goddess. They need her for something. Or she's freeing herself from something. But it's connected over to New York. So, heads up. Peace out.